pagbati na may ngiti sa aking mga labi. Naghahanap ba kayo ng makakatuwang sa pagre-review ng inyong anak? Meron yan sa DepEd. Ang ETUlay online tutorial ay libre at handog ng ating kagawaran sa pangunguna ng OUA ICTS EdTech. Ito ay isang proyektong makatutulong sa mga mag-aaral, katuwang ang mga magulang o kasama sa kani-kanilang tahanan para masagutan at maunawaan ang mga modules. Hangad din ng programang ETUlay ang matulungan ang ating mga guro sa kanilang mga blended learning classes. Ang ating ETUlay ay mula kinder hanggang senior high school. Bukod sa academics, meron din tayong mga special programs gaya ng All is Wellness, Reading and Math Remediation, Storytelling, Mommy Tech Talks, Classes sa Gramatika, Speech Class, Financial Literacy, at marami pang iba. Pinalawig din ng ETUlay ang ating Alive program para sa mga mag-aaral mula grade 1 hanggang grade 3. Gayon din ay mayroon tayong ALS program at SPED tutorials na makasisigurong makakamit ng lahat ang inclusive education. May SPED hotline na rin para sa inyong mga katanungan patungkol sa special education. Kaya, subaybayan mula Lunes hanggang Biyernes, mula 9 ng umaga hanggang 7 ng gabi ang ating ETUlay. Sa ating pagtutulungan, maiaangat natin ang bawat isa. Ating itutulay ang pagkatuto upang di mapigil ang pag-aaral ng kabataang Pilipino. Itulay natin ito, sulong edukalidad.
Welcome to your ETUlay online tutorial program. Tayo ay naglakbay sa nakaraang semester na puno ng pagkatuto at paglago. Join us again as we welcome the second semester of the academic year 2021-2022 dito sa inyong klaseng ETUlay. Here are your new fantastic tutors at your service.
ETUlay ang gabay sa pagkatuto. ETUlay edukasyon itatawid sa'yo. ETUlay paaralan nilalayo sa'yo. ETUlay sa makabagong panahon. ETUlay para sa kabataang Pilipino.
Every Thursday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Huwag kayong mawawala. Ating patuloy na saliksikin ang hiwaga ng humanidades at agham panlipunan. Laging tandaan, ikaw ang best tuwing Webes.
Maling impormasyon, katotohanan nating ituro, paunlarin ang edukasyon. ETUlay ang gabay sa pagkatuto.
Mabuhay! Good day to all! I am your tutor Madge. Welcome to ETUlay, a free online tutorial, an initiative of the Department of Education, Information and Communications Technology Service, Educational Technology Unit, ICTS EdTech. This program is aimed at helping and assisting learners from kindergarten, senior high school, ALS, Alive, and SPED learners. Aside from answering the modules, the ETUlay is offering programs which you will surely look forward to. Together with our parents and teachers, the ETUlay will bridge the gaps where difficulty and ease meet in learning new knowledge and skills. So, let us prepare our modules, pen and paper. Ready your mind to see and hear worthwhile and interesting lessons. Let us now study and learn, together with our volunteer online tutors. Tara na!
good afternoon, ETUlay Cuties! Hello, Tutor Ram!
Hi, Tutor Ka. Good afternoon, Chutis.
Yes, and welcome to Philippine Politics and Governance every Thursday, 4:40 to 5:20 p.m. I'm Tutor Ka,
I'm Tutor Rom.
and we are on our quarter 4, week 6 with module 6, concept, role, and contribution of civil society and social movements. Tutor Rom, hindi na natin to patatagalin, ano? Kasi ang dami-dami, hitik na hitik tayo ngayong afternoon episode. Okay? So with that, Tutor Rom,
Okay, with that, we would like to thank DepEd Negros Oriental for allowing us to use their module. We would also like to thank Ms. Mona Lisa A. Almogues, the writer of the module, and their school's division superintendent, Dr. Sinin Priselio P. Polen, CISU 5. Maraming salamat po.
yes, thank you very much, SDO Negros Oriental. And for our objectives, at the end of this session, the tutor should be able to explain concept, role, and contribution of civil society and social movements. Tutor Ram?
And they will be able to demonstrate activities that relates to the concepts, roles, and contributions of civil society and social movements in the Philippines.
And display positive vision on the importance of having a strong civil society. But before we continue, we would like to say thank you very much sa lahat ng ating ETUlay cuties na hindi bumibitaw sa atin every Thursday. Tama ba, Tutor Rom?
Oh, Tutor Ka, no? Ang dami na nating mga taga-subaybay na mga chutis, Tutor Ka.
Yes, and with a review of our previous episode, arrange the letters to form a word related to nature of elections and political parties. ETUlay cuties, alam ko na marami kayong natutunan last week sa ating episode with Tutor Rom. So, here it is. Ano kaya itong word na ito? It refers to a system of choosing somebody to have a position in the government. Ano kaya ang tamang answer, Tutor Rom?
Okay? Ang sagot ng ating cutie na si Renz Givers, sabi niya, elections. Is that elections, Tutor Ka?
Tingnan niya natin. Tama siya. It is elections. Okay. By the way, hello, Rance Giver, our Tutie Hall of Famer. How about this? Ano kaya ito? Parang hindi ko na pwedeng sabihin kasi very obvious na, Tutor Rom. Tama ba?
Oo, Tutor Ka. No? Para itong rule, ito yung mga rules na sa Constitution na ginagamit pag select ng mga officials. So sabi ni Joseph, electoral system? Is it electoral system, Tutor Ka?
Tingnan natin kung correct. Yes, it is electoral system. Next one. Ito, medyo mahaba-haba, Tutor Rom. At katatapos lamang nito during our election. Tama ba, Tutor Rom?
Oo, Tutor Ka. No? Marami tayong binoto, maraming tumakbo dyan. So, tingnan natin ang sagot ng cuties natin. Sabi ni Enrico, party list system. Is it party list system, Tutor Ka?
Sabi ni Enrico, party list system? Correct. Okay, next one. This one. Ano kaya? Ito tayo, tama ba, Tutor Rom? Ito tayo di ba?
Yes,
Yung
tayo yung
mga voter. Ano kaya
voter.
ito? Ano kaya ang tawag sa atin?
Sabi ni Renz Giver, electorate daw. Electorate ba ang tawag sa atin, Tutor Ka?
Tingnan natin kung tamang sagot ni Rance Giver. It is electorate. And last, what is it? Nako, ito pa.
Parang
Ano kaya ito, Tutor Rom?
Type ata to ng electoral system. No? Parang it is a classification of election. So, sabi ni Joseph, second ballot system. Second ballot system ba yan, Tutor Ka?
Tingnan natin kung tama si Joseph. It is second ballot system. Okay. Congratulations sa ating mga ETUlay cuties na nagpa-participate actively every question and answer portion ng ating episode. And with that, Module 6, Concept, Role, and contribution of civil society and social movements. So, civil society, it refers to those non-state, non-profit, voluntary organizations in the social sphere. It is the third sector of the society along with government and business. But by the way, before we say civil society, saan ba nanggaling and nag-originate ito? Sa Pilipino kasi, it originates with the concept of pakikipagkapwa, di ba? Yung holistic interaction ng bawat isa sa isang komunidad. It is a voluntary assistance or charity connotes for Filipinos in an equal status between the provider of assistance at yung recipient, di ba? So it's society. Bakit society? It is defined as a group of people living in a community or an organized group. Kaya nga, civil society, napaka-importante nito sa ating lipunan. And with that, Tutor Rob,
Okay, these are the characteristics of a successful civil societies. First, separated from the state and the market. Second, formed by people who have common needs, interests, and values. Third, developed through a fundamentally indigenous process that is not easily controlled from the outside. Yun po ang tatlong characteristics ng civil society. Tutor ka?
and then we have the role of civil society in good governance. Number one is key agent in policy analysis and advocacy, regulates and monitors state performance and behavior of policy officials, and builds social capital and enables citizens to identify and articulate their beliefs, values, and ideas. Dito, Tutorom, di ba, pumapasok sa civil society and good governance, yung diniscuss natin before ng quarter 1, yung ideologies, tama ba?
Yeah, political ideologies. Tutor. Oo.
And then we also have mobilizes, particular in development work to improve the well-being of its own and other communities. So, Tutorom, types of our civil society organizations, we have the religious COS, okay? So they are more or less linked to a given religion and they act following a religious precept. Their fields of intervention include education, health, emergency relief, and basic needs assistance. Example of it is the Red Cross. Kaya nga pag nakikita natin yung mga relief goods, pag may mga disaster, yung Red Cross, yung Philippine National Red Cross ay naandoon to support, to give their services doon sa mga nasalanta ng bagyo o kung anumang disaster na meron tayo. Tama ba, Tutor Rom?
Yes, Tutor ka. No? Parating nandyan yung Red Cross.
And then we have, Tutor Rom?
And then we have community-based civil society organizations. So based on these organizations or civil society are based on solidarity, resource sharing, and community building.
Okay,
They
they are primarily focused on the
development,
development,
example, this is
housing, the
the
urban
land
land reform, task force, social services, civil and legal assistance, and culture and recreation. Mukhang nawawala-wala ata si Tutor Rom, okay? And then we also have the philanthropic CSO, okay? They are based on the values such as generosity and humanism. They include private and business foundations and independent NGOs, okay? So most probably ang mga recipient nito are common in the education. Tama ba, Tutor Rom?
Yes, Tutor ka.
Yes, and then we also have Tutor Rom.
And then we have the expert civil society organizations. We act in new fields that require some scientific knowledge. Examples of these are environment and finance. They are not exclusively composed of experts and scientists, but they claim to have an expertise unit and we publish some technical reports. Example of this is Greenpeace International.
Yes. And then we also have trade union CSOS. These are the labor and worker associations which promote workers' interests. The Philippines is also home to trade unions like the trade union TUCP, what we call TUCP. Sila yung regarding with the labor concerns ng ating mga laborers dito sa Pilipinas. And we have also Tutorom.
And then we have also the trade unions. We have also the business civil society organizations. These include business and industries NGOs, or we commonly call them bingos, which defend a given firm's or industry's interest. Larger corporations often have lobbyists who will monitor and promote various laws and programs for the specific interest of the corporation. Ano pa ba ang mga iba't
Okay.
ibang classification, Tutor Ka?
Yes. And then we also have the government-oriented CSOs. Okay? Ito yung mga sinasabi ni GONGOS. Okay? Go NGOs are independent civil organizations which are more or less influenced and controlled by national authorities. Okay? And we also have the types of social movements. Okay? So, when we say social movements, it is a collective body that has a high level of commitment and political activism and is not necessarily based on formal organization. That is from Haywood 2013. And it attempts to change society through collective action. They transpire when large groups of individuals or organizations work for or against change in a specific political or social context. Mamaya, titingnan natin, is there a difference between the civil society organization and the social movements when we talk about it with our guest for this afternoon? Okay, Tutor Rom, we have the different types. What is the first one?
Okay, and then the second one, we have the alternative movements. These are typically focused on self-improvement and limited specific changes to individual beliefs and behavior. Okay, the third one, Tutor Ka.
The redemptive movements. These are meaning-seeking, sometimes called religions movements, and are focused on a specific segment of the population. And their goal is to provoke inner change or spiritual growth in individuals. Okay? Next one. Tutorong.
Then we have the reformative social movements. The fourth one, we have the reformative social movements. These seek to change something specific about the social structure. They may seek a more limited change but are targeted at the entire population. Okay, next, Tutor Ka.
Yes. And then we have the revolutionary movement. They seek to completely change every aspect of society. Their goal is to change all of society in a dramatic way. Etong revolutionary movements, Tutoro, medyo ang idea ng ating mga learners dito, yung mga katulad ng mga nangyari noong Spanish period. Tama ba, Tutorom?
Yes, Tutor Ka. Parang ganun, no? Parang himagsikan yung dating nito.
Mamaya, mas malilinawan ng ating mga learners regarding this social movements. Okay, and with that, eto na, andito na tayo sa ating exciting part. Let us, I would like to introduce to you our speaker for today. As a graduate of the University of the Philippines, Manila, with a degree on Bachelor of Arts in Social Sciences, magna cum laude, he firmly believes in the spirit of genuine public service, the drive towards a better nation through application of different perspectives was further realized through his participation in the Japan in Today's World, a program of Kyushu University in Fukuoka, Japan in 2013 to 2014. Realizing that education is the field where he can make the most difference, he took the licensure in teaching with a grade of 87.4 and was conferred with Master of Arts in Innovative Education in 2020. He has intended to serve through the best of both worlds in the field of education, both in the academy and in the administration. He taught in the Higher School of University of Makati from 2016 to 2019, became an administrative officer of the Planning and Development Center from 2019 to 2021, a part-time professor of College of Arts and Letters for academic year 2020-2021, and currently a full-time professor of the College of Education. As of the moment, he is taking up doctorate in educational management to perpetually hone his effectiveness to the public sector that he has pledged to serve. ETUlay learners, let us all welcome in our episode, Professor John David Aison. Andyan na po ba si Professor
Yes po.
Aison?
Tutor
Hello,
ka, thank you for that
Professor. Hello,
introduction.
sir.
Tutor Rom, good afternoon po.
Good
It has
afternoon
been an
po,
honor, no,
Professor.
to be here. Actually, I always see Itulay on my news feed. So, iniisip ko, ano ba yung Itulay? Iniisip ko, is this an online class that requiring the students to attend, especially in basic ed? Or is another bridging program for us to hone or at least reach the students, no, na kailangan pa ng pagkatuto talaga sa ating mga modules. And it is quite an experience and an honor to be here, no? And of course, to the best of my abilities, I will serve the public, no? I will serve the people, no? Ako po ay laking gobyerno from my elementary to high school to college. So, I think nasa dugo ko na yung paglilingkod sa bayan, di ba? Kaya yun lang po. Ma'am Ka, should I be the one to speak na tuloy-tuloy?
Okay,
Yes.
Sige po.
okay, good afternoon po, Professor David. No? Isa ka
Afternoon.
talagang scholar ng bayan. So gusto lang namin i-enlighten mo yung mga duties namin about civil society and social movements. So may mga katanungan lang kami. So how did social movements influence the ideologies of the people?
Thank you for that, Tutor Rom, no? Actually, ako po, kung paano ako magturo, ina-apply ko, pina-personalize ko palagi sa mga bata para maintindihan ng gusto. Una-una, if we talk about social movement, alam na natin yung dalawang words, social. It's about the society, it's about the people, it's not about you alone. And movement. What do you mean by movement? Gusto ko lang patandaan nyo, when we talk about movement, di ba, the root word is move. So when you move, you change position, you change location. So when you move, di ba, if we have a social movement for our society, what we intend to do is for us to move for a reason. Gusto natin magkaroon ng, maaaring may gusto tayong baguhin, or maaaring there's something wrong that we want to change. So, but take note, not all social movements are justified. We have to remember that. Kung susumahin ko po, no, sa mga, kung maaari itatanong to later, pero we have to take note. Let's be honest, no, I'm from the University of the Philippines, so marami nagsasabi na nagrarally po yung mga tao, which is given po yun, especially for the state universities and colleges. Ako po, ang pinakasukatan po, we have to remember, pinakasukatan po ng isang maayos sa social movement, okay, or isang maayos sa civil society, unang-una po, wag na tayong lumayo. Kapag nasusunod niya po yung mga inatang or mga sinet na standards ng batas, yun na po yung una. Unang filter natin, nasagot po yun. Sinusunod po ba nila yung batas? Wala ba silang ginawang mali na sinasabi ng batas na ipinagbabawal? That's our first clue. And then let us hear these movements of what they intend to do for the society. Nabanggit nga po nila Ma'am Ka at Tutor of kanina, yung mga revolutionary, di ba? Kung radical, yun na yun. Kung reformative, unti-unti, pero lahat nadadamay. That's the point of social movement. If we are gonna have changes in our society, it should be for the better. And if it is for the better, then social movements are doing well. That's the first thing that we have to understand. So paano po ba nito nababago? Bakit may kinalaman ng ideolohiya sa social movement? Simple lang po. In terms of humanities and social sciences, wag na tayong lalayo. Kultura, 'di ba? May pinapanindigan tayong kultura, may sinasabuhay tayong kultura ngayon na tuwan-tuwa tayo kung bakit natin ginagawa. Araw-araw nag-decide tayo, hindi ako magnanakaw kasi mali ito eh. Magdadasal ako sa umaga kasi ito yung tama. And sooner or later along the way, habang tumatagal, pinanindigan na natin yun. And we are happy doing it. Diba? We call that values. From the root word value, we value this. Diba? Pinapahalagahan natin yung bagay kahit minsan hindi natin maintindihan kung bakit. Diba? Both abstract and concrete, pinapahalagahan natin. That's the point of social movement. tayo bilang Pilipino, tumayo tayo na papahalagahan natin na hindi dapat nakabaliktad yung bandera natin. Papahalaga natin na palagi nakalagay sa kaliwang dibdib yung ating kamay kapag inaawit ang pambansang awit natin na lupang hinirang. Tayo ang nag-set sa atin noon. Hindi bababa kung sino man sa ibang bansa para sabihin sa atin na, oy, ba't hindi nakalagay dyan? No. We were the ones na nag-set noon na dapat gawin natin to. The same goes sa social movement. May pinapahalagan tayong mga bagay na handa tayong ipaglaban. Di ba? At take note, we have to accept the fact na lahat tayo may pinaglalaban. So what should we do about it? 'Di ba? Diyan pumapasok ang edukasyon, diyan pumapasok ang lahat tayo nagkakaroon ng diskurso. That's the point of social movements. Okay? It should always be for the better. Yun lang po yung pinakauna yung tatandaan. If it is for the better, then it is worth fighting for. Then it is worth continuing. If it is for the worst and it is for the mayhem ng society, then it is not for the better. Okay?
True.
Yun lang po yung gusto ko, yun po yung pinaka gusto ko maintindihan ng mga kabataan natin, no? Kayo mismo, may sarili kayong values, di ba? Shooter kind, shooter wrong. Gusto kong isabuhay nyo yun. Ano yung tinuro sa inyo ng mga batikan nating guro ever since? And then, i-apply nyo sa mas malawakang aspeto. Tinuro sa atin na mali yung bullying. Di ba? Pag may nabubully, hindi ka natatahimik. So same goes. Kapag may naapi, maaaring apektado ka. And then we should do something about it. Little by little. It should not be a big step forward, no? It should not be a one great leap forward. Thousands of mini steps forward would be enough. It would suffice. So ako po, ewan ko kung medyo, ako kasi ganito ako magturo, sana po naintindihan nating mga
Yes. Actually, Sir Aison, doon pa lang sa ilang minuto mong sinabi, marami na kaming natutunan. So we hope yung ating mga ETUlay learners are taking down notes kasi napaka-importante nito. Tutor Rom, you still have another question for Sir?
Yes, Professor David, nabanggit mo na yung social movements is for the betterment or for the benefit of the society. Kailan naman natin masasabi na yung civil society ay nagiging rest to the state or nation?
Okay. Actually, Tutor Rom, balikan ko lang kanina ko sinabi, simple lang po. Kapag meron tayo, tandaan po natin pala nun, hindi ka nakalimutan kong banggitin. Ang Pilipinas, kung pinakauna natin sandigan or pinakauna natin sinasandalan, Constitution. Okay? Lahat na nakaatang sa Constitution, kailangan natin panindigan dahil yon ay pinakasumasaklaw sa ating karapatan. Karapatan pantao, anything na may kinalaman sa ating overall welfare, Constitution po. And then yung mga batas na naka-angkla dun sa Constitution, yun yung mga pinaghihirapan ng ating senators, yun yung mga pinaghihirapan ng ating House of Representative members. Okay? Kapag wala siya doon, automatic po yun. Kapag may natatapakang karapatang pantao, automatic po, may mali sa quote-unquote social movement or civil societies natin. Minsan, madalang mangyari, pero bibigyan po natin lahat ng nandito ng example. Huwag na po tayong lumayo. Naririnig niyo po before yung mga tinatawag na mga neo-Marxist groups, no? Yun po yun talaga, kung hindi makikinig sa akin ng gobyerno, gagawa ko ng paraan para makinig sila. The form of what? Diba? Especially in other nations na talagang lantad ang diskriminasyon. May mga talagang kapag iba yung kulay, tinotorture. Kapag iba yung kulay, nadidiskrimina. Kung di man pinapatay, sinasaktan. So, para sa kanila, ito po ang pinakatatandaan natin. Lahat ng bagay po ay tinatawag nating double-edged sword, no? Kung sa mga kabataan natin, kung naintindihan niyo yung ibig sabihin yan, lahat po ng maaaring ilagay sa kamay natin, pwede natin gamitin sa kabutihan or sa kabaliktaran nito. Take note, and even power. Okay? Kapag nilagay tayo sa isang sitwasyon wherein, for example, maaaring marami tayo at lahat tayo nagkakasundo ng mga pinaniniwalaan natin kasi mali sila eh. Kasi puti ako, itim sila eh. Dapat, etc. Paano kapag hindi na-check yun? Ito po yung tatandaan natin. Kapag yung mga ganitong klaseng paniniwala ay hindi natin nabantayan, delikado po yun. Diyan po pumapasok ang kalaga ng edukasyon. Kaya po ako nag-education eh. Doon ko po nakita na kapag simulat sa pool, di ba? Hindi, kahit wala na yung mga teacher sa harap ng mga estudyante, ginagawa pa rin nila yung tama. Hanggang sa dulo gagawin nila yan. And what more, kapag nabigyan sila ng pagkakataon na mag-meet, pag-usapan na ano yung tama, ano yung mali, Kapag wala nakatingin, anong gagawin ko? The same goes with social movement. Paano kapag marami sa isang community, marami magkakasama at naaapi yung marginalized yung onte. So, paano kung wala naman nagbabantay sa kanila? Ayoko, yung pinaka nakakatakot po pagdating sa yung binabanggit natin social movement. Hindi porket tinatawag natin social movement, may pinaglalaban, ay tama na. We have to check that. Dapat magkasundo tayo. Handa tayong maghintay na isang taon na nag-uusap at ilatag lahat sa lamesa kumpara sa gagawa tayo ng desisyon na ikakasama naman ng iba na hindi naman natin may babalik pa. Okay? At the end of the day, hindi natin mapipeaceful lahat. Pero ang pinakamahalaga, especially sa ating kabataan, unang-una, yung mga tinuro sa inyong values sa mga ating mga teachers and tutors, naintindihan po ba talaga natin? Naisasabuhay ba natin? Or sadyang isusulat mo lang na ito ay tama, ito yung mali sa loob sa isang papel, and that's it. I think that's not the point. I want you to realize na kapag gumising ka sa umaga at hindi ka nagtapon kahit saan, at kapag naka-red pa yung signal ng pagtawid, at hindi ka tumatawid kahit walang dumadang kotse, at kahit wala kang nakakitang tumawid ka o hindi, you still do the right thing. That's the point of social movement. Paano ka makakagawa? Paano ka makaka-inspire ng mga tao to believe in you and to move forward with the people that you want to fight for? Kung sa sarili natin, hindi natin kaya paglaban yung mga ever since na itinuro na sa atin. So for me, dun po nagsisimula ang ang kagandahan, magandang social movement. Magandang pundasyon ng edukasyon, magandang pundasyon ng paniniwala na kahit kailan ang iniisip ay pangkalahatan. Hindi natin kailangan kagustuhin lahat ng mga taong nakadaupang palad natin. Take note, hindi natin magagawa yun. Diba? Hindi naman sa classroom nga, hindi natin lahat gusto mga kaklase natin, minsan kaaway pa natin, right? Pero ang pinakamahalaga, kailangan natin mag-reach out. Tayo ang gagawa ng paraan para maayos yan. Okay? Unti-unting pagbabago, that's the point of social movement. Kahit 1% pagbabago, bukas, malaking bagay po yun. It's already a victory enough, no? Ayun po yung sinasabi ko sa mga teachers po na tinuturuan ko mag-let kasi kinakabahan sila sa let. Ano ba, sir? Paano pag hindi sila natuto, etc., etc. We have to remember, alam po natin lahat yan, no? But we have to remember, especially for the students here, yung moment na sinagutan nyo yung module nyo at natuto kayo, di ba? 1 oras ng buhay nyo, panalo na kayo doon. Okay? And I want you to hold on to that and continue doing that. No? And that's the point of social movement. Kung may pagkakataon ka may paglaban yung isang bagay, bakit hindi mo gawin? Babalikan mo yun, no? Kapag natulog ka, pagod ka, natulog ka. Pero pag naalala mo yung kahapon mo, masaya ka. At walang makakaagaw nun sa'yo. So, yun po yung punto ko sa social movement na ina-apply ko
Professor Aison, may tanong lang
kabataan.
yung viewer natin. Yung viewer natin, Mr. Antonio Maipa, yung tanong niya, as an educator, ano pong advice po ninyo sa mga kapwa po nating mga guro and parents on how we can intensify values formation, especially sa ating modern setting ngayon?
Okay po. Alam niyo po, to be honest with you po, ako, sinasabi ko sa mga aking students sa kolehiyo ng Edu, tanggalin muna natin yung papel na yan. Tanggalin natin yung papel na tinuturo sa inyo kung ano yung tama at mali. I want you to think on your own. 'Di ba? Simula ngayon, kapag dumating yung panahon na kayo ni magtuturo, yung tinuturo nyo ba sa kanila ay ginawa nyo rin before? Ganun lang po yung sinabi ko. Ganun lang po. Kapag nakikita ng mga estudyante, pero I'm sure naman po, no, nakikita yun sa inyo. Pero kapag talagang nakikita ni estudyante kung ano po yung sinasabi natin sa kanila, at yun yung pinapakita natin, whether nasa loob tayo ng classroom at labas, habang buhay po nila yung paglalaban niya. Kapag naturo po, eto po yung sagot ko niyan, sir. Ako, honestly, kung may motivation po, hindi po ako nagko-concentrate sa extrinsic. As in, tinatanggal ko po yung extrinsic motivation. What do I mean by that, sir? Tinatanggal ko po yung aspeto ng takot sa mga bata or even reward system, minsan lang. Kasi gagawin ba ng bata ito na may kapalit or dahil takot sila? So kapag ginagawa po nila, yes, nagawa po. Ako naniniwala, ako nagawa po. Kung outcomes-based, nagawa siya. Pero paano kapag nawala na yung presensya natin? 'Di ba? Paano pag wala na nagbabantay? Bibitaw sila eh. Pero ang tinuturo ko po sa kanila, gawin mo to because you know why you're doing that. At kahit wala kami, gagawin mo pa rin siya because you know bakit mo siya ginagawa. At ipaglalaban mo yan because alam mo kung bakit mo pinaglalaban yan. Okay? Ako po sir, ganun po. Ganun ako makipag-usap sa mga bata habang nagdi-discussion dito sa mga reformative organization, revolutionary organization. Di ba? Ganun lang po. Di ba? Ako mismo, sinasabi ko sa kanila, hindi ako perfecto bilang professor. Minsan natututo pa nga ako sa inyo. And I want to hear it from you. Di ba? Lalo sa humanidades po, ang pinakausapin natin, diskurso. Napakasarap po sa PB. At
Totoo
bilang
po
mga
yun.
Pilipino na mahilig sa mga marites, let's be honest, di ba? Parte na yan, hindi na nawawala sa kultura. Ganun po, ayun yung, ako sir, yung ano po, yung nagtanong po sir, no? Para sa akin sir, ang style ko, gawin mong pakwento yung turo. Kasi pag inisip nila, ano ba yung turo, magkakabisa ako. Pero pag pakwento, naalala na, ay, di ba yun yung nakwento ni sir? Para akatawa yan pero naalala niya, ganun pala yung nangyari nung panahon ng Espanyol, no? Akalain mo yun, di ba? Ganun pala yung nangyari nung panahon ng Amerikano. Tinalo nila Espanyol ng ganun-ganun lang. Tagal tayo those are the things. No, i-personalize po natin yung learning. Involve po natin yung mga bata. Tanungin natin sila, kung ikaw ay nasa posisyon, what would you do? Okay lang kahit anong sagot mo tama at mali. Kaya nga tayo nasa school para ayusin natin yan.
Opo.
Pero huwag ka matakot kasi it's on you. I want you to take accountability and responsibility. And then I want you to be proud kapag dumating yung time na nandun ka nasa punto ka na you did the right thing. And it takes time. It takes so many processes. But isn't that the point of education? It's a matter of mini steps talaga. Thousands of mini steps forward in order for us to hone the students. And I hope nasagot ko yung tanong.
Actually, marami pa po sana kaming katanungan sa iyo, Professor Aison. Kaya lang, we're running out of time. Sana meron pang second episode. Magre-request po tayo niyan for the next academic year. We thank you, Professor Aison, for that very, very inspiring and wonderful talk regarding social movements. And we believe ng ating mga ETUlay learners this afternoon ay nalinawan. Maraming hugot silang nakuha sa inyo. And we would like to thank you for accepting our invitation. At sana po, ma-invite pa po namin kayo sa mga susunod pang episode. And with that, we would like also to acknowledge Professor Gerald Abergos dahil siya po talaga ang naging tulay para mag-guest po namin si Professor John David Aison. With last word po, Professor Aison, what would you like to say to our learners for today?
Para sa akin po, sige, total we're talking about ideologies. I will tell you my ideology. So sir, yung nagtanong, ako, araw-araw ito po ideolohiya ko. Narinig ko sa isang bayani ng Japan, no? Because I've been there and may isang bayani po doon na tumatak sa akin. Sa lahat ng bayani siya yung tumatak. Pangalan niya Chione Sugihara. Pag natandaan yung pangalan, pero sabihin ko po sa inyo kung bakit tumatak yun. Simple lang po. Nasabi niya kasi, do what is right because it is right and leave it alone. Tumatak po sa akin yun. Kapag gumawa ka ng tama, kalimutan mo niya. Kasi, unang-una, may special ba sa paggawa ng tama? Di ba dapat normal na yun? We're talking about norms here. Kapag naging normal na ang paggawa ng tama, yung normal na yun ang magbubunga ng sobrang laki pa. And then yung binunga na sobrang laki, magiging normal na rin siya. If you leave it alone, pag hindi mo kailangan sabihin sa ibang tao na gumawa ka ng tama. Because they will feel it kapag talagang namutawi yung ginawa mo para sa kanila. That's why we're here as teachers, no, nagtuturo. No? Maaring stress kami, maaring may pinoproblema pa mga papers and yet nandito pa rin sila. And then matutulog sila, maaring hindi nila maalala lahat ng estudyante nila. Pero still, namumutawi sa kanila na yung ginawa nila yung nararapat para sa inyo lahat. And for the students, huwag kayong matakot gumawa ng tama. Dahil at the end of the day, yun ang pinaka magpapaalala sa inyo kung gaano ko kayo kabuti at kalakas bilang tao. So with that po, and lastly po, mga tutors po, kahit hindi na po ako maging guest, don't worry. Pero honestly, natuwa po ako sa programa na to. I want to contribute to this in my own, kahit at the background lang. And I will coordinate with Sir Gerald and Tutor Ka. And of course, to the other tutors as well. Thank you po. It has been an honor. And para sa bayan po lahat ng to. God bless po sa inyong lahat. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you
po.
very
Thank you.
much, Professor John David Aison. And
Aison.
God bless po. Thank you po.
Thank you po.
And with that, our ETUlay learners, let's have our assessment. Okay, so read and analyze the statements carefully. Write the letter of correct answer. So tingnan natin. It is referred to as the third sector of the society along with government and business. Ano kaya ito? Tutorom, NGO, social movements, civil society, enterprise.
Sagot ng ating mga tutis, it's letter B, social movements. Tama ba, tutor ka?
It is civil society. Next, tingnan natin. It is considered a social sphere independent from both the state and the market. A, social movements. B, government. C, civil society. D, business. Ano kaya, Tutorom, ang answer?
Sagot ng ating mga tutis, it's letter B, government. Tama ba, tutor ka?
Yes, it's government. And the last one, which of the following is not included in civil society organization or CSO? A, organization. B, networks. C, associations and groups. D, none of these. Tutorom, ano po answer?
Sagot ng ating mga tutis, it's letter D, none of these. Tama ba, tutor ka? Letter D?
Gotta see? Very good. It's letter D. And with that, we are your humanities and social science tutors. We would like to say, Diyos mabalos sa Indogabos.
Daghang salamat sa inyong tanan. Laging tandaan, kayo ang best tuwing Webes.
I'm Tutor Ka, kaalaman, karunungan, kapaki-pakinabang sa iyong kinabukasan.
And I'm Tutor Rom. If you want to learn, just roam around.
Up next, we have Pulso ng Kabataan with Tutor Janine and
Tutor Edson. Paalam.
And with that, we'll say, paalam.
Paalam.
Ang husay naman! Natapos mo ang iyong tutorial session kasama ang iyong mahusay na ETUlay tutor. May bago ka bang natutuhan? I-share na yan gamit ang hashtag ETUlay Level Up. Huwag aalis ha dahil may susunod pang programa na pwede mo ring panoorin at salihan dahil naghihintay na ang iyong mga tutors. Happy learning dito sa ETUlay!